Alright, we're going to talk about a couple of different mullets. We're going to talk about the suspending and the fast suspending mullet. They're available in, the 120 is available in a fast suspend. The 70, the small one, is available in a fast suspend and a slow suspend. And then we've got the 90 that's available in both models, fast suspend and slow suspend. Now would probably be a good time to talk about the difference between a slow suspend and a fast suspend. Basically, the difference is the slow suspend is a little bit lighter, and not only that, but it has a higher pitch rattle. This little small mullet 70 would be the fast suspend model, and is a slow suspend model, and it's going to have a higher pitch rattle. Kind of hard to hear in the box like that, but the rattles are different, so the noise it makes is going to be different in the water. Be the amount of time that you let it suspend before you start to retrieve it. The 120, I've used that in as shallow as 1.5 feet of water, and I've used it in as deep as 7 feet. Really, I mean, it just depends on how long you want to let it suspend before you start to retrieve it. Look along a seawall with it. We had a lot of wind blowing up against there, so the top water was just getting washed around and couldn't really keep it where it needed to be along the seawall. I put on the fast suspend 120. It's a little bit heavier, and since it's heavier, it has a real good rolling and swimming action to it. You can just really ride along a seawall, and it'll stay a foot under the surface, depending on how fast you're retrieving it. And the small one is the one that we've been using for a long time. We throw it around docks. We throw it, needs something small, a small bait to get underneath the dock. If they're keying on smaller fish, then the 70 is ideal for that. And don't think you're just going to catch small fish on it. You've got a 30-pound snook on this little thing. So the way you work it doesn't change. The only thing that will change is how long you wait before you start your retrieve. Got the big pearl olive 120. It's beat up, but that's all right. These things seem to catch more fish the more beat up they get. And again, this is another ideal bait if you're fishing on the beach, because it's just going to cut right through the wind. It's heavy and it casts really, really well, but it's not so heavy that you can't throw it on like a medium action rod. And you can retrieve this bait a little bit faster, just because it is heavy, so it's not going to want to pop up to the surface as easy. Just barely work it. Retrieve it steady, and just mix in just a little twitch, just a little pull. That's all it takes. The 120 especially has a great swimming action to it. As it gets close here to the boat, you can see it just kind of wobbles and rolls, and looks a lot like a mullet just cruising along. And if you pull that along a seawall, or if you got some deep docks that you're fishing, let it get down there 3-4 feet down, 5 feet down, and just start retrieving it. And if there's a snook in there, if there's a big trout in there, they're going to come out and smash it. All these lures, especially the mullet, you've never seen a mullet on the flats that's darting around and being erratic and shooting from side to side. That's not what these lures do. They're molded after a real mullet, so the fish on them, guaranteed. That's the mullet 120, available at treasurecoasttackle.com.